Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief program. Today, we have some intriguing stories lined up for you. First up, China's property market is on a rocky road to recovery, even as developers secure debt restructuring. While there are some positive signs, the market is still grappling with high inventory and low buyer confidence, making the future uncertain. Next, we take you to Causeway Bay, where an authentic Japanese eel eatery is making waves in a tough market. Unagi Yondaime Kikukawa, with its traditional kabayaki grilling, aims to establish itself despite challenges like high prices and competition from cheaper options. CEO Yuhei Kikukawa believes that succeeding during these tough times will be significant for the brand's legacy. Lastly, we have a heartbreaking story about an injured whale found in Hong Kong waters. Despite rescue efforts, the whale sadly died after being assessed by veterinarians. This incident has sparked discussions about enhancing protections for marine mammals in the region. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage on these stories. South China Morning Post reports that the Chinese property market is grappling with a prolonged recovery despite recent debt restructuring efforts by major developers. Companies like Sino-Ocean and Shermau Property Holdings are making strides with their restructuring plans, which involve significant haircuts for creditors. However, the persistent liquidity issues and an oversupply of unsold properties continue to plague the market. Analysts highlight that while these restructuring efforts signal some progress, the overall sentiment remains cautious as buyer confidence dwindles. The government's recent stimulus measures, aimed at reviving the sector, have provided temporary relief but have not resolved the underlying structural challenges, leaving developers facing an uphill battle with declining sales and prices. Nikkei Asia introduces Unagi Yondaime Kikukawa, a traditional Japanese eel restaurant, making its debut in Hong Kong amidst economic challenges and a competitive dining landscape. With a rich history dating back to 1932 in Nagoya, the restaurant emphasizes the authenticity of its kabayaki grilling style and the use of fresh, live eels. CEO Yuhei Kikukawa, a fourth-generation operator, is determined to establish a strong presence in Hong Kong, despite the high costs associated with the upscale location and the ongoing decline in consumer spending. His previous success in Taiwan and plans for expansion in mainland China illustrate his ambition, but Kikukawa acknowledges the difficulties of entering the market during a downturn, expressing a desire to uphold the quality and values of his family's legacy. The South China Morning Post covers the unfortunate demise of an injured whale found near Hong Kong's Lantau Island, despite efforts by authorities to rescue the marine mammal. The whale, measuring 5 to 6 meters, was discovered in a weakened state and ultimately died during veterinary examination. This incident has sparked discussions about enhancing marine protection laws, including the potential for designated restricted areas in the city's waters to safeguard marine life. The Agriculture, Fisheries and Conservation Department is considering legislative changes to strengthen regulations on dolphin watching and the protection of non-resident cetaceans, as current guidelines lack legal enforcement, highlighting the need for more robust measures to prevent harm to vulnerable marine species. South China Morning Post reports on the launch of the HKPL Under-22 League, a new initiative aimed at retaining young football talent in Hong Kong. John Morling, the technical director of the Football Association of Hong Kong, identified a significant gap in opportunities for U18 graduates, leading to disillusionment and departures to study abroad, as exemplified by players Ellison Tsang and Kyle Lau. The U22 League, which began in October and includes teams from 8 Premier League clubs, aims to provide competitive play for both young and overaged players. Morling emphasized the importance of game time for youth development, with hopes that this initiative will keep young players engaged in football in Hong Kong. The league's progress will be assessed after its first half, and Morling is optimistic about the potential improvements in local football infrastructure and player support systems. South China Morning Post also covers the ongoing protests in Georgia, where demonstrators have taken to the streets for 3 consecutive nights in response to the government's suspension of negotiations to join the European Union. The protests erupted following the ruling Georgian Dream Party's controversial victory in the recent parliamentary elections, which opposition leaders claim was manipulated with Russian influence. Tensions escalated as police clashed with protesters, resulting in over 100 arrests. Georgian President Salome Zurabishvili condemned the government's actions, asserting that the country is drifting toward a quasi-Russian state. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Irakli Kobukidze characterized the protests as violent and accused foreign entities of attempting to incite unrest. The EU has called for a re-evaluation of the election process, highlighting the need for democratic integrity and expressing concerns over Georgia's political trajectory. South China Morning Post shares the distressing experience of Margot, a transgender woman who was denied entry to Hong Kong during a planned trip with her cousin. Despite spending a significant amount on travel and accommodations, they were held for 12 hours by immigration officers who questioned their purpose for visiting. Margot, who has identified as a woman for 10 years but has not undergone surgery, faced discrimination due to the mismatch between her gender identity and the name on her travel documents. This incident underscores the challenges transgender individuals face when traveling, particularly in jurisdictions with less comprehensive gender recognition laws. Local LGBTQ advocates criticized the treatment Margot received, highlighting the need for better training and sensitivity among immigration staff. The case reflects broader issues surrounding the rights of transgender travelers and calls for a more inclusive approach to ensure that Hong Kong can maintain its reputation as an international destination. South China Morning Post reports on the challenges facing China's digital yuan, which has made significant strides since its inception in 2014. However, recent corruption allegations against Yao Qian, the former head of the People's Bank of China's Digital Currency Research Institute, have raised concerns about the currency's rollout. With no official launch date set and existing payment platforms like Alipay and WeChat Pay dominating the market, experts suggest that the adoption of the digital yuan may face hurdles. Despite these challenges, the digital yuan has seen impressive transaction volumes, and experts believe its development aligns with a global trend toward central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Nevertheless, the yuan's international appeal remains limited, and its share in global payments is still below 5%. Nikkei Asia highlights the resurgence of Fujian cuisine, which is gaining recognition for its rich history and diverse flavors. Originating from the southeastern coastal province of Fujian, this culinary tradition has been revitalized by modern chefs who blend traditional techniques with contemporary approaches. Notable figures like Wu Rong have championed Fujianese cuisine on the global stage, earning accolades and Michelin stars for their innovative interpretations. The cuisine is characterized by its emphasis on fresh, clean flavors and a variety of cooking methods, including steaming and braising. As more restaurants focus on showcasing Fujian's unique ingredients and culinary heritage, the region's dishes are becoming increasingly popular both domestically and internationally. In another article from South China Morning Post, artist Scott Kahn's late career recognition is explored, detailing his journey from obscurity to prominence in the art world. At 78, Kahn is set to have his first solo exhibition in Asia, thanks in part to his connection with the late artist Matthew Wong, who helped elevate Kahn's profile posthumously. Kahn reflects on his struggles, including years spent living in an attic and feeling like a failure before his fortunes changed. His recent success has allowed him to achieve financial stability and gain a following, but it has also brought distractions and challenges, including a lawsuit from an art dealer. Despite these hurdles, Kahn remains focused on his art and the connections he has made through it, expressing gratitude for the opportunities that have come his way. BBC Kenneth's stroll through Victoria Park in Hong Kong evokes a flood of memories from a time when the park was a symbol of resistance against Beijing's encroachment on the city's freedoms. As a child, he would buy calligraphy posters from pro-democracy politicians during the Lunar New Year fair and participated in vigils for the Tiananmen massacre, a significant yet taboo event in mainland China. However, the vibrant protests that once filled the streets have been silenced under the weight of a national security law, leading to the incarceration of numerous activists. Despite the oppressive atmosphere, Kenneth remains committed to preserving the memory of a freer Hong Kong, even as he grapples with the stark changes that have overtaken his beloved city. South China Morning Post. The murder of Australian tourist Ronald Allen Coombe in 1970 shocked Hong Kong, as he was found in his hotel room with multiple stab wounds. The investigation revealed that Graham Edwards, a 20-year-old Australian, had intended to blackmail Coombe with a compromising photograph. The plot took a deadly turn when a confrontation ensued over the blackmail demand, resulting in Coombe's death. Edwards claimed he acted in self-defense, but the jury found him guilty of murder, leading to a 15-year prison sentence. This chilling case highlights the dark underbelly of crime that occasionally surfaces in the bustling metropolis, leaving a lasting impression on its history. South China Morning Post. Sophia Grace Brownlee, once a viral sensation on the Ellen DeGeneres show, is now a 21-year-old mother expecting her second child. Known for her enthusiastic cover of Nicki Minaj's Super Bass, she has successfully transitioned into a content creator and influencer with a substantial following on social media. Despite her fame, she maintains a level of privacy regarding her personal life, especially concerning the father of her children. Brownlee has also opened up about her humble beginnings, emphasizing that her success stems from her own hard work rather than family wealth. As she navigates motherhood and her career, she remains dedicated to preserving her identity as a Hongkonger while celebrating life's milestones with her cousin Rosie McClelland by her side. South China Morning Post reports on the rising star Emmeline Luca Bale, daughter of acclaimed actor Christian Bale and stunt performer Sibby Blazek. At just 19, Luca has made her mark in both acting and modeling, recently walking for Dolce & Gabbana at the prestigious Alta Moda fashion show in Venice. Despite being labeled a Nepo baby by some on social media, she has carved out her own identity, even playing a role in influencing her father's career choices. Christian Bale revealed that his children encouraged him to take on a role in the Marvel film Thor: Love and Thunder, showcasing the close-knit bond within the family. Their affectionate relationship was highlighted when paparazzi captured a touching moment between Luca and her family at Los Angeles International Airport. In another article, SCMP Opinion discusses the Hong Kong government's ambitious development blueprint aimed at transforming the city into a vibrant arts and culture hub. This comprehensive plan includes 71 measures focusing on promoting Chinese culture, enhancing creative industries, and fostering international cultural exchanges. The initiative aligns with Beijing's vision for Hong Kong to become an East-meets-West center for arts, with expectations to significantly boost economic benefits and job creation in the creative sector over the next decade. However, the plan emphasizes the need for a balanced approach that supports both mainstream and fringe artistic expressions, ensuring diversity within the cultural landscape. Lastly, SCMP Opinion highlights recent advancements in Hong Kong's aviation sector, signaling a hopeful recovery trajectory despite ongoing challenges. The launch of a new 141 billion Hong Kong dollars three-runway system at Hong Kong International Airport is a significant milestone, set to enhance the city's status as a global aviation hub. With plans to increase passenger capacity and cargo volume over the next decade, the initiative aims to bolster tourism and related industries. Furthermore, Cathay Pacific Airways' announcement to restore its flight capacity to pre-pandemic levels by January reflects a positive shift. However, the industry must remain vigilant and adaptable to the lessons learned during the pandemic, ensuring readiness for future uncertainties while maximizing regional collaboration to attract more visitors and revitalize the economy. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Turn on the TV screen, see the world unseen. China's on the news tonight, history in the spotlight. Scroll through my phone again, find out where to begin. Stories from the east to west, learning from the very best. News in China every day, learning in a fun new way. From the cities to the farms, feel the heartbeat, feel the charm. Ancient tales in modern times, mountains high and river rhymes. Culture rich in every town, golden driving never down. Every headline a new friend, from beginning to the end, connecting hearts through every word. China's story always first. News in China every day, learning a fun new way. From the cities to the farms, feel the heartbeat, feel the charm. Every headline a new friend, from beginning to the end, connecting hearts through every word. China's story all